Patriots looking to bounce back from a very surprising loss their last time out against the Redskins. You know, there was rumors that a lot of the players were abbreviated, to say the least, from a night out the night before. Let's just say they weren't feeling their best, and I'm sorry, but in the NFL, you just cannot have that. You need to be 100, because the person that lines up across from you, you can bet your bottom dollar they're 100. So, there's no excuses.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night
What
Football on EA
what better
Sports.
way
Straight ahead, we've got
to
what
reestablish
should be a good one
what you're trying to do
between
this
the
year
New
than by a
York
big
Giants and
home
the New
win,
England Patriots.
prime time,
I'll
Thursday
see you
night
again at
against the
halftime as we
hated
preview some
New
of the
York
action
Giants.
coming up on
Of course,
Sunday.
everyone knows Giants
But for
responsible
now, it's
for
Thursday
handing
Night Football. And on the call,
Patriots,
as always,
two
is
Super
Brandon
Bowl
Godwin
losses.
and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass.
I think a lot of it's going to be
ago, here it
Cameron's
is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants
they got to get it
and the
together.
New England Patriots.
And this team just needs to get in
With
sync.
Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, and Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
I don't know who the hell this is, why they're getting any kind of coverage, but here we go. Let's go. This game is being called the Dorian Bowl on account of
set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. As you get a peek at a man who entered the league in 2012 as a third-round draft pick, Nick Foles.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Here's Foles. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Did not get the baby in time.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Overcome adversity.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. For New England, this is how they will line things up defensively. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Foles.
Baby.
And Robinson Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Going to have to become better acquainted with
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Yes.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Cover your area, switch the circles.
Now Foles.
That is unacceptable.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Still holding on to 3 points.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to... He's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
He's out of bounds. Let's look at that again, please.
1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive.
Booth review.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do now. The key holding on.
Wait a second. Where's the review? There's nothing to challenge. What are you talking about? This is unbelievable. I mean, let's take a look at it here. What? That's not what I wanted. Wow.
Man, that streak has been a struggle for them.
Review it. Oh my God, he was
good
standing on
extra
the
points. And that makes the score 7-0. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. So here are the Patriots now backed up a bit to start their first drive. They'll be led out by their now 30-year-old quarterback, Cam Newton, MVP of the league back in 2015.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. 11 yards there, first down.
All right, Carroll will be to the outside.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. There's no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl MVP last season. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do, and we're talking about Jason Kelce now, not Travis, his brother, who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
On 2nd and 9. Newton.
Gotta hold on.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. A look at the starters down the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Newton. And able to find Garcon. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
From the gun, here's Newton. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result?
Match it.
6 points.
Touchdown. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsay touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. The New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Very quiet last year.
2nd and 2. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. These two teams all tied after one. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. Short throw to Disley. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So that'll back him up 5. This offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Short throw to Disley. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big
Babe, is it raining?
Hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Over here, Puppy.
Either
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
There you go, Puppy.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive,
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Of course.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Newton. This one complete to Jordan Reed. Give him 18 yards on that one. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards, the final tally. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. From just shy of midfield, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off. Or
hey, where's the bench?
Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football
exactly
back.
What I'm talking about.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Stand right here for
Coming
the
up at
Patriots.
the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando
Donald
to check in with
somebody's
Jonathan
got to get
Coachman
through
and
that
have a look
line.
back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Just have to hope that Cam Newton understands that
I don't think he's going to want to take a break.
Turn the ball over.
That's his 5th catch.
Your chances of winning, no matter how well you're playing. Oh.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world.
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After getting stuffed on first
down,
not much better there. 2-yard gain.
The guy who touched the
Giants
ball
on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. And that is
good pressure on the
incomplete.
Patriots hold. That's important, but
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics.
this is a decent size.
And they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the game starts. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Newton now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton dumping it off for Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Set. 180. 56. Check 56. Watch the car. Watch the car.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. Tucker's kick is good. So we've hit halftime. Just a few. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams are ready for the fight ahead. We resume action here in quarter number 3.
sent out word that their lead running back is going to be Philip Lindsay.
Across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Support type of role on the team. A lot of people are very excited about that.
At the line, ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Well, they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Newton to throw. Screen pass to Lindsay. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again on second down. Newton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on third down.
Here's Newton. That's going to be caught by Reed. Touchdown, New England. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for sure.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
It's been a very familiar pattern for the Patriots. They allow the first 2 touchdowns to the other team, and they come all the way back and tie or if not take the lead, and end up, sometimes giving it away at the end too. So this is a very, very unique.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Shocker. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. To throw again on second down. Foles, wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Here's Foles. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the
2-yard line.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This is caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads
us to throw into the end zone.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now back to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
Hey, check mine.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Over the middle to Garcon. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
8.
Here's Lindsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. In on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And able to find Green. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Newton. Green's got it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Foles. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Oh, my God.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The left side completion to Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now Leonard Fournette, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Foles. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So Cam Newton and his offense down 27-20, just under 2 minutes to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
New England on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Newton to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now you've got to make sure that frustration is temporary. Now,
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Benardrick McKinney. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And, of course, this win a big one. They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown, because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league. And to them, that's vitally important.
So for the Giants, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire...
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I lost again. Dang it, 3-3. Gotta get better.